Last night against the Kings, the Warriors' Jonathan Kuminga finally made his long-awaited return from his horrible ankle injury. Immediately, he reminded everyone on the Warriors and the Kings exactly what the Warriors have been missing. His explosive drives to the rim and his physical presence on both ends, as well as his high-flying athletic ability, provides exactly what this team needs in losing Andrew Wiggins. With the vertical spacing that stretched Sacramento's defense and rim pressure on the interior of the defense, Kuminga didn't just return, he announced himself as the X factor that this Warriors team needs for the playoff push that's coming ahead and potentially for an NBA title. Now let's roll the tape. In this first clip right here, we have Jonathan Kuminga initiating against Zach LaVine at the top of the key. It's still pretty early in the game at this point, and Jonathan Kuminga is going to have this awesome screen action set up by Steph Curry's gravity to essentially get him this really great rim pressure opportunity for a highlight dunk. That's his athleticism showing right there, what I just talked about. His ability to drive to the rim and be unstoppable, especially when the Warriors set up plays. And that's that smile we love to see from a guy like Jonathan Kuminga, smiling about his place in the Warriors offense. But that's not what excites me most about Jonathan Kuminga. His initiation on ball is something I think that is going to have to be central to the Warriors offense, specifically when Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler aren't on the floor. But in this case, they are. Right here, we have Jonathan Kuminga taking over against Zach LaVine and essentially going right here with his strength and up. I think this is honestly a foul, but right here, he's able to finish and get that basket. And we're back to old Kuminga coming up, jumping up really quickly and saying, hey, where's the foul? Where's that foul? But no, they aren't going to call it, sadly. But when Kuminga becomes a bigger star than he is even now, I think he'll potentially get that call. Now, here's a showcase of his athleticism right here. He's already past half court, and he looks at the Kings' defense. He sees they're pretty much unaware. We have one guy basically face guarding Steph Curry, which the Kings did all of last night essentially, but the rest of the players kind of locked into him. But he realizes there's really no good rim protection right here, and so Kuminga has the ability that a lot of other Warriors players like Moses Moody, Brandon Pajemski, Kevon Looney don't have to apply rim pressure, and he's able to do that right here, applies the rim pressure, and is able to get an easy two-point shot against Malik Monk, who is not a great defender, but is still pretty good on the perimeter, but definitely lacks in size as he drives towards the rim. Right here, we have a screen action with Steph Curry, which I think is something that's going to be incorporated a lot for the Warriors to get not only Steph Curry open, but Kuminga easy lanes towards the rim. You see just how spaced out the court is here, and everyone's still going to be paying attention to somebody like Steph Curry over Jonathan Kuminga. And so you see right here, they're essentially top blocking Steph Curry with Keegan Murray right here, and trying to make sure he can't get out to the three-point line. So this creates a unique situation where essentially it's Monte Ellis or Valanciunas, and that's pretty much it. And we still have Looney out here by the three-point line. And so what you're going to see here is he's able to take Ellis basically right into the basket area, forcing a little bit of help here, but he does a nice job of actually using Ellis to essentially guard against Valanciunas right here, which allows him to get a great angle to make that layup easily. And those easy types of baskets are baskets I feel like only Jimmy Butler and Jonathan Kuminga on our team can really provide us. A lot of the other players like Moses Moody and Brandon Pajemski, it's going to be a lot less field goal percentage, but with Jonathan Kuminga, if he's on a mismatch, he can truly take advantage of it. But I think the thing that Kuminga maybe needs to improve upon, but also is the most exciting, is his ability on defense. He's guarding a player like Zach LaVine here, who's really the Kings' primary option most nights. DeMar DeRozan had a great game last night, but Zach LaVine was one player that they tried to stop. But Kuminga's reach is incredible. I think that's one of the similarities between him and Moses Moody. So he's able to deflect the ball and then quickly go on the fast break here. And that ability to deflect the ball is just second to none with his athleticism and because of his 6'8" frame and athletic body. And when he gets the ball on a steal, he's able to easily go to the other end and essentially try and finish it and get fouled. And that ability as well, the ability to get fouled, go to the free throw line, make his free throw shots is going to be something that I think we are going to see throughout the rest of the season and into the playoff push. Once again, right here, we have it on the offensive to defensive end. The Warriors are able to get a turnover, and now Jonathan Kuminga is coming in transition, where I think he's most dangerous. Most Warriors players, I think, would go to the three-point line right here and essentially hold the ball and wait for Steph Curry. But Jonathan Kuminga knows he's faster than basically everyone here, so he tries to race them to the rim, which gives Steph Curry an opening so that he can then knock in his first three to get them into 3,999 threes that night. But just showcases the gravity that even Kuminga provides against a defense that was basically had one goal the whole night. It seemed like they didn't care if they won the game or not. They really just cared not letting Steph Curry get 4,000 threes, 4,001 threes. But Moses Moody, Jonathan Kuminga did a great job of allowing for Steph Curry to get the 4,000 threes that he needed to hit that milestone. And Jonathan Kuminga really showcased what he's bringing to the Warriors, that athleticism and that rim pressure that is so important and going to be so important as we push for the playoffs. If you guys like this type of content, please feel free to like and subscribe and comment below what you guys think Jonathan Kuminga will do for the rest of this season for the Warriors.